Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 4th. We are just going to jump right in here, Gemini. And sorry, Gemini, I wanted to get one more shuffle on there, but let's see what is going on for you. In your first position, we're going to do past, present, future, outcome. You have this potential card and this change card. This could be a potential change, right? That is coming in for you. But I kind of get this feeling of you needing to, it's like you need to follow something. You see this, I'll show you in a minute, but there's this like horse on this card here, and it's moving towards the future position. And so there's something that, but I also have like the word follow or something like that popping into my head. So there's something that you need to follow. It could be like you have this deep knowing card. It could be like a hunch, or it could be your intuition that you need to move towards. Your intuition could be telling you to make some sort of change, and it might not make sense. I'm wondering if this is kind of like some sort of change that's like very different for your life, because this gives me those vibes. It's like if you especially if you're I see people here and what I'm trying to say is if you make a big change all of a sudden in your life, but it's like you're making it but other people don't expect it, they might have something to say about it, right? And so I feel like this is saying what's best. Don't let other people's words and opinions stop you from making some sort of decision, or don't allow them to stop you from doing something that you need to do here. Because again, I really feel that there's some sort of I feel like there's like a change coming in that you're really gonna love. I feel like it's something that is really going to make you happy, and is really going to cause a lot of, just positive things in your life. We're going to have to look into this right here. Some of you could be feeling lonely is what I'm feeling going in this direction here. It's like that. It's not bad. It's not good. But, maybe some of you are feeling a little bit lonely at this time. You have this change card and this potential card. So like I said, there's a potential change coming in for you. I do feel like there is a change coming in for you. I feel like it changes everything, honestly, because you go from the Ace of Pentacles down, I'll show you, to the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a total change in direction. It's like he's looking at all the work that he's done, and he's about to completely change and go do something else with his life. And some of you, clearly you could. And, notice how there's a mountain on this card here. Mountains would represent, a big something that has a lot of potential, but you're going to have to climb that mountain. So don't be afraid to put the work in. We want, I encourage people to climb mountains. I encourage people to go for the big things, the hard things, because that's where do you get the best views? At the top of mountains, right? So don't be afraid of the change is what I'm feeling here. You have the Four of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. The Four of Cups, of course, can represent dissatisfaction. I really feel that. I feel like some of you are just dissatisfied with where your life is. I don't feel bad about this, because sometimes I feel that dissatisfaction or not being satisfied is the thing that motivates us to change. It's the thing that kind of gets us off our butt and gets us moving forward. So I don't really feel this is a bad thing. You have the Six of Pentacles here. Six of Pentacles is equal give and take, but I feel like you're adding things up. It's like you're putting things together in your life where you're saying, I put this much energy into this, and this is what I get out of it. But that could be the thing that is creating change in your life, is that maybe you are adding things up in your life, and you're saying, I'm not getting enough out of this and that, and so I'm going to make some changes so I do get, my worth out of those situations, right? And I really like this because you have these two sixes right here. And two sixes really suggests that you're moving in the right direction, that you're going towards what you really should be going towards at this time as well. If you've been watching me for a while, I love two sixes. I mean, it's basically just confirmation for your path. Something is definitely dead, done, over with. He's also making the symbol right here. This symbol he's making is the same symbol that the Hierophant is making, and it represents, a blessing. So some of you could be receiving blessings for, the work that you've done or things that you've done in your life. But let's see where this goes. With the Four of Cups, you have the Hermit. I thought you had the Hermit somewhere over here, but I guess not. The Hermit is about having gone through like a dark night of the soul, having been through a dark period of time. And if you have, I feel, if you've been doing some soul searching, which I kind of feel that here with the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles is really saying to me that you're adding everything up. Like I said, that's the word I was getting. It's almost like you're, accounting for your energy in your life. And this is a good thing because I feel like it's going to lead to positive change. With the Six of Pentacles, yes, you have the Nine of Cups, like total fulfillment. Pretty straightforward first row here, Gemini. I think that, this is something, even though this is your past position, I don't know if I said this, we're doing past, present, future, outcome, but it's your past position, but I still feel that you're still doing this. I feel that you're kind of like accounting for where your energy is going, and you're making sure to focus on your fulfillment first. And that's exactly what you should do here, Gemini, so love it. I think that's a good thing. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Magician. The Magician is about a new beginning and, starting something new. So I do feel like some of you could be starting something new with the Magician. I also feel that, again, I feel like it's a new beginning because of that Ten of Swords, The other thing I would say is that with the Two of Swords here, if you have some sort of talent, gift, skill, or ability that you're not using, that the Two of Swords can say, she is like focusing on this or that, right? She's only focusing on two things. But there's a third thing behind her. She has this island that is behind her here. And, so again, the Magician has mastery over all the suits in the tarot. And I would say that if you're stuck or trying to move forward or trying to find success, even if you are successful, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, if you're finding success, make sure you're using all your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. You have this Deep Knowing card and this Co-Creation card here. This is coming up in your present position. And the Deep Knowing card is about knowing. And it's also about like following your hunches, which I kind of said at the beginning of the reading. And, it does seem to be like a very, divinely inspired time for you where, your hunches could almost be like inspirations where you just feel inspired to make a change or do things differently in some area of your life. And then you kind of go from there to the next thing. That's how I'm seeing this. In my head, it's like you're making these changes. And again, I feel like this is a good thing. I feel like it's going to lead to a lot of success and growth for you here, Gemini. So, I would follow that deep knowing, those hunches. With the Co-Create card, again, I do feel it's saying you don't have to do everything on your own. We see that here, going down here, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, to the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like there are people who want to help you. You even have this guy right here in the back of the boat on the Six of Swords. He represents a guide. He goes back and forth between the choppy waters. And so you're clearly getting, spiritual or, whatever you want to call it, assistance from your guidance or your ancestors. And I feel like they are trying to guide you towards, a much brighter future. And, again, I think that this is a change that you are, I heard at the beginning too, that this is a change that you're going to love. Like, I feel that the changes that are coming in for you are really going to be very fulfilling, especially with that Nine of Cups, right? You have the Ace of Pentacles here. So there's like an offer coming in for you. It could be an offer to work together with another person with that Co-Create card. This could be in business, could be in love. But I am definitely getting something where, it might be something that challenges your independence, but, like in a good way. It's going to, force you to work with other people, or, it's going to force you to get along with other people or something like that. I also feel like there's a lot of growth that's coming in because of this. We see two amazing growth cards here. Nine of Pentacles. She has grapes on the card behind her. I'll show you in a minute. And grapes are very difficult to grow. So the grapes in the tarot kind of represent having a skill. Then you have the Seven of Pentacles, so a lot of growth. You have the Two of Swords. I feel like you don't have to pick like this or that. Can we truly have it all? I mean, no, I think that it's something, I think it's something that we work towards for life, right? For the rest of our lives is, we will never probably truly have it all, but it's like, can you make the best out of your life? I don't know. That's like what I'm getting here on the Two of Swords. I think it's always worth it to try and make the best out of the situation. And, that's what this looks like to me, even though you have the Three of Swords here. Sorry, it didn't switch, but even though you have the Three of Swords here, it looks to me like that you could be trying to make the best, or that should be your focus, is like making the best out of every situation, and then you will become the best, is what I'm getting. So there you go. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands card of experimentation as well. It's a card that says don't give up. It's a wounded warrior, all that other stuff, blah, blah, blah. But it's also my card of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So if you're trying something new with that Ace of Pentacles, if you've been presented with a new opportunity, don't be afraid to, try multiple ways to make it successful. With the Six of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like you're letting go of something you held on to for a long time. Ten of Swords is something that you've held on to for a long time. So, to me, with the Six of Swords, says that you're moving on from something that you've been dealing with for a long time. It could be love, I feel, for some of you. It could be a very painful separation or breakup here. But you're going towards the King of Wands, so that looks good. With the Two of Swords, yes, you have the Seven of Pentacles again. So you have Seven of Pentacles twice here. Definitely telling me that there is a change in direction right here. And it's like you have the resources, Queen of Pentacles right here. This change in direction, or this change in general, like I said, this is going to be something that you're going to love. Maybe you're hesitating. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I need to prove this to you. I don't know. I feel like it's something, like I feel like I'm trying to prove to you that, that's how I feel. Inside, right? And I just tell people how I feel. That's how I read. So, it's like, that's what I'm feeling. Like, I feel like I'm having to prove myself to you or something. Like, I'm trying to prove that you should make a change, that you're going to love. So, there you go. I'm not telling anyone what to do, but, like I said, I think a change will be worth it. Next, in your future position, what do you know? You have this fish card, says abundance and luck. You have this turtle, it says slowness and protection on it. It's been slow. I feel these, the changes you've tried to make or the things you've tried to manifest in life have been very slow. It's probably taken a long time, but, the changes are here, and you're about to increase your abundance, apparently. You have the King of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, here's your increase in abundance right here. Nine of Pentacles, she's like pre-Empress energy. She can represent abundance, success, gratitude, luxuries, nicer things in life. She also represents focus. She has this falcon right here on her arm, and she's training her focus with that falcon. The card also represents your environment. There's a snail right here, and the snail wears its home on its back. I always tell people, well, not always, but in some readings, I feel, and in your reading, I feel this, that you need to focus on creating a positive environment or a successful environment for yourself. And that's what I would do here. One of my favorite books, Atomic Habits. Like, I can't stick to habits. I'm totally ADHD. Like, I'm all over the freaking place, right? But it's like, I read that book and I started, implementing some of the things, which is, I think in that book he tells a story. If you want to floss, you put your floss right next to your toothpaste. Like, that's what I mean by your environment. You set yourself up for an environment of success. If you do that, then you're more likely to floss. Most people just throw it somewhere and never look at it again, right? So, again, one thing that I've done in my life that has made things very easy is I've set up a bunch of systems and a bunch of things that I follow. And, it's like very Nine of Pentacles energy. Even when I come in here, right, I have like 900 things that I have to turn on. I just hit one little button over here, boom, everything turns on, right? If I had to turn everything on, which is what I used to do, it would take me forever. There's like 10 things that just powering all this, So it's like, can you create an environment of success, or how can you create habits that lead to more success in your environment, whatever it is? You have the Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness. So, I do feel it's a time of resourcefulness. But I do also feel you could be greatly increasing your finances. So I do, like I said, there definitely is some sort of positive change in your finances with this Queen of Pentacles card. Let's see. With the King of Wands, you have the Justice card. Some of you could be getting justice from a past situation. It's like you're getting your karma, but it could be in the form of a new person. It could be a fire sign. So if you want love, you could be getting justice over a past heartbreak in the sense that you're meeting a new person. That could be part of the change that is coming in for you. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Five of Pentacles. You aren't feeling abundant is part of this. Like, I feel like you need to feel abundant as well. Whatever you can do to feel abundant would be a good idea. Five of Pentacles also says, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Make sure to focus on your strengths. There are like little things that we all do that, kind of, I think are kind of like money blocks, right? There are little things that we all do that prevent us from, that put us in Five of Pentacles energy, even if you're making money, for example. So, make sure you're speaking positively about money. Make sure that you're not, complaining about things, right? It's like I have another business and, I have to pay sales tax for things that I sell, like, with this business. And, like I caught myself the other day complaining about it because it's a pain in the butt to track all that and everything, right? But what I would say here is that I caught myself and I said, no, like, don't complain. This is part of, playing with the big boys, right? Is that you have to do these things. So, it's like, can you create a positive mental environment with the Nine of Pentacles? Can you take things and can you just twist them? Can you flip them around and bend them to the reality that you want to see, right? It's like, how can you put a positive spin on the things that you deal with in life, right? That's kind of what I'm getting here. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Three of Wands, card of expansion. So there's a lot of growth. And again, I feel like there is growth in your finances. So I'm pretty sure that's what this is talking about, like a change in your finances right here. Finally, in the area of your outcome, you have this manatee. It says forgiveness, surrender, and release. You could be forgiving this past person who stabbed you in the back. I don't think all of you dealt with that, of course. I think that's only some of you. You have this pelican. It says, now's your chance. Act quickly. Yes, now's your chance for a major change. Now is your chance to, like I said at the what did I say at the beginning of the reading? I don't know. It's like a change that you're going to love. You know, there's something here. Even though you have the Three of Swords, I feel there's a big change coming. And you're going to love the change, you know. It's going to be something that fulfills you, something that you can get a lot of fulfillment from as well. And, you know, how funny, you have that fish card, pelicans eat fish. It's almost like you're stepping into this environment, or you're creating this environment where you can just scoop up a bunch of fish. There you go. You have the Three of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. Again, I do feel like some of you have dealt with a heartbreak or a past heartbreak. This is a card of forgiveness as well. And you have that manatee that says forgiveness. You know, these swords are in your heart. They're not in someone else's. So, you know, might be a good time to practice forgiveness or forgiving a past situation. You have the Two of Pentacles here. You know, it's like this and the Three of Swords. I'm wondering if there are triggers from the past. You know, I think sometimes if we're really triggered by a past person, for example, there are, it's like, what, you know, it's not the person that's triggering you. You know what I mean? It's probably something that person, you know, it's probably some aspect of that person that is being triggered in you. And I don't know, someone needs to hear that. Obviously, that's not going to be for all of you. But it's like, can you look at that person, you know, number one, with compassion, but number two, can you look at the situation and say, what about this egghead is triggering me? Like, what is it that gets me all hot under the collar, right? And what part of me is that? I feel if you could work on that, you could have like a big breakthrough here as well, I'm getting. So, you know, it could be a personal breakthrough. It could be, you know, it could be overcoming some sort of blockage or whatever the case may be. I also do feel like you need more fun for sure. I'm telling you right now, by the way, this right here is going to come up for you, you know, for the next like 10 years. So if you're a Gemini moon like me, then you need to, if you're a Gemini rising, you need to create balance in your life for sure. I have a very strong feeling that Gemini energy is just going to have a very strong desire to work for like hard, which is great, but also make sure to balance it out. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Here is the change. You know, Seven of Pentacles, he's looking at those pentacles and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? You know, is it worth it for me to work on those pentacles? Or is there some sort of, you know, change that I could make in my life? Is there something different or new that I could experience and do? And so I feel for a lot of you that you're hoping for, or you're like wanting to create some sort of change. With the Three of Swords, you have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a celebration. And so I feel for a lot of you, sorry, I'm dropping it. There could be a celebration. I would be careful of a past person who left you out in the cold. Like I said, you know, Two of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, you've worked on your independence. Nine of Pentacles is telling me you were left out in the cold. You worked on your independence. You built yourself up to a certain point. And of course, Three of Swords, Three of Cups, that's when this person wants a reunion. So, you know, again, if you have a past person, I would be careful. They could be getting their karma justice right next to it, and that's why they're coming back. Here you go. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. This is much better. You know, I wouldn't really call this a love reading, but if you want love, I feel there's a very solid connection here. I love the Queen and King of Pentacles as divine counterparts. To me, they really, you know, they really put the work in. They really want something solid. They really want to build something in their lives that's great. So, you know, definitely a very solid connection there if you want love. Really good for money as well. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Page of Swords. This is the Knight of Swords. I wouldn't rush something like a change, but I would look into it. Like I said, Page of Swords. And I would be curious about some sort of change that you're making with the Seven of Pentacles. Like, you know, clearly you're making a change. We know that. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. But I would also say, like, don't rush the process. You know, I feel this is saying you need to make sure that you enjoy it, that you have a good time, that you're fulfilled, and all that other stuff. So we're going to pull 5 main themes now. You have this fortune card. Yes, there are definitely good fortunes coming in for you. I'm telling you right now, your finances are changing. Definitely a better financial change. And again, you have to make a change to make that happen. People always leave me comments. They're like, you said my money was going to change. Nothing happened. I'm like, yeah, what did you do about it? Probably nothing. Tarot's not magic. It can't make anything happen for you. So there's a lot of abundance here. Take advantage of it. That's what my readings do. None of my readings tell people, oh, this magic is going to happen. I make it very freaking clear before you leave the comment, right? I make it very freaking clear that people have to do the work. Again, this is only energy that exists that you have to take advantage of. And also, I'm getting all hot and bothered because it's like, take advantage of it. This is good energy. This is really, really good. And again, there might be little things. The reason also is there might be little things like little annoyances, like I said, like the sales tax thing, right? Major pain in my ass. But at the same time, it's like what I have to do, right? So again, pay attention to that. You have this lust card, and the lust card definitely could be new love coming in for you. It is funny. I do feel like if you're meeting someone new, you could be wondering, like, is this love or lust? You could be going back and forth. But I do feel, and we see that right here, heart and the feather on the justice card. But I feel like it's legitimate. It could be a real thing. You have this patience card. So again, I want to go back to this. Again, I meant to say more about that on the fortune card. Again, there could be small little things that you feel are preventing you from success. Like I said, something like tiny and annoying. And it's almost like, I don't know if there's like fear behind it or if you're just nervous about it. Again, it could be like setting up sales tax, or maybe you're setting up a business and you have to register an LLC or something like that. Or maybe you're trying to build a website, something that's like a little bit overwhelming. It's not like that big of a deal, but just a little bit. And I feel like this is saying, don't allow that to stop you from going through whatever change you're going through, because again, I think you're going to do it. You're going to set it up, whatever you have to set up here or whatever's going on, and it's just going to be a breeze. You're going to go through it and you're going to be like, really, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that big of a deal. So, push through it and be patient. You have this protection card. I feel like you are just protected at this time. So there you go. And finally, you have this inspiration card. Yes, definitely a good time to follow your inspirations. For the next 20 years of your life, I would say that people who follow their inspirations are going to be very successful. And I think I said something about this at the beginning of the reading. Like, there might be people who don't agree with your change that you're making, but, this is the next 20 years. You are going to have inspirations. People who follow their inspirations the next 20 years are going to have people that are like, you're crazy, you're nuts, and everybody's going to say that. And then when you become super successful, you're a genius. I saw this all the time. I knew you would be able to accomplish these things. So, don't be afraid to be nuts right now and follow your inspirations. Do the things you feel inspired to do. Really good reading. Love where it's going. So, thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.